Do you guys want me to tell you about the house? So it was built by Elvis's father, Vernon Presley, in 1934. Vernon borrowed around $180 from his boss at the time for the materials to build the house, and then he built it on this spot. So this is the original location of the house. It's never been moved at all. Elvis and his twin brother Jesse were born in this room in 1935, but Jesse was stillborn, and so Elvis was the only child that Vernon and Gladys Presley had. They only lived in the house for 4 years because Vernon was sent to prison for a few months for forging a check, and so there was really no way for him to pay back the money that he borrowed, and Gladys could not afford to on her own either, and so the house was repossessed. Elvis at the time was only 3 years old, so he was around the same age as he was in this photo right up here when they moved. They did still continue to live in Tupelo afterwards, but they just had to move around a lot from house to house. Most of the time they moved in with relatives they had living around. And so when Elvis was 13, they decided to move to Memphis. They sold pretty much everything they had when they moved, so the furnishings that are throughout the house now are not entirely original to the Presleys. Everything is still from the same time period they lived here. And then Vernon Presley came back to the house in the 70s when it was opened, and he helped set everything up the same way he remembered it and in the same layout. So that way everything would still look very close to how it did, and it would be pretty accurate. And then the only things in the house that are still original is the fireplace right here that Vernon built, and then both the stove and the icebox right over in the kitchen there. Okay. If you have questions about anything at all, just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you said who was his father forged some checks?
Yeah. It was for $4, and it was in his boss's name.
So what of the LV?